What I'm about to show you today is not new to the off-road community, especially the extreme guys. The guys who rock crawl, the guys who rock bounce. Because if you do it long enough, eventually you're going to have this happen. Yes, a sidewall tear. If you've got a sidewall tear, don't plan on taking it to your local tire repair shop. They won't patch it. There's liability involved. So if you make this repair, be aware this tire will now become a spare, and it's only good for limited use on the highway, because there is liability. And if you blow out and have an accident, your insurance company finds out, man, there's a good possibility they're going to say, this one's on you, bud. So exercise caution. But this can help you out in a pinch, because some of these tires are running $500, $600 a tire. So if you've still got over half the tread left, man, use it on the trail, run it out. And we're going to show you a product today. Like I said, it's not new to the hardcore off-road community, but if you're new to the off-road community in any form, you've probably never heard of this. And no, it's not my Diet Dr. Pepper. It's Rima Tip Top 50F. And what exactly is Rima Tip Top 50F? Well, when it comes to you, it's going to come a box inside of a box, because, well, shipping gorillas, they don't treat it right. This is how the box looked even after taking it out of the other box. Now, this is used to repair like mining haul truck tires and big conveyor belts. It's a two-part compound. But we've got a part A, and we've got a part B. We also have a primer / cement. We're going to start by making this a little bit bigger, because we have to have room to get the compound in. Where this landed right on a cleat on the tire, we need to open this up so that we can get a significant amount of the tire patch in here. So you're going to lose a little bit of rubber before you regain. And I see a tiny little bit of cord here. We're going to try to preserve as much of the cord as possible. But we also have to get this opened up to where we can get a significant amount of material in the hole. Always cut away from yourself. Now, for obvious reasons, since we are losing a little bit of cord, this tire is not going to balance. But the key here is you've got to have a hole that's big enough to get material on both sides and work it in. We're going to try to expose every bit of the gash. On the outside and on the inside. You don't want any loose flaps of rubber. Now, we're going to go to a small grinding wheel. And we're going to scuff. I think we're going to take a little bit more of this cleat off down here. Just because you see this, I'm not quite getting a surface that's continuous. I've got some dirty rubber showing. And we don't want dirt in here. We want a clean, scuffed surface, because the little grooves from grinding are going to give it a little bit of bite. We got a little bit more up here. We're kind of exposing more damage as we go. Now let's take a look here, because I see a little bit of tear here, but I don't think that it's all the way through to the inside of the tire. We're going to take it out anyway. Oh yeah, I think we've got about all of it exposed now. Now, we didn't do this doing anything spectacular. This was self-inflicted. The PCM had failed. We lost all the 5-volt systems, so we lost the spark plugs, we lost the fuel injectors. You know, we still had fuel pump because that operates on the 12-volt system. But we had to get towed off the trail. And against my better judgment, one of the guys says, let me just go get a trailer and haul it back to your house. Well, I was more in favor of going to the house and getting the PCM that we had just replaced, because it was still functioning on that PCM, even though it was having some misfires and stuff like that after some damage that we assume was from an alternator flame out. Well, we did this loading it on a trailer with some inattentive spotting. Ultimately, my bad. And we're going to get a clean surface on the inside. Now, before you launch into doing this, there's some things you're going to need, like some rubber gloves, safety glasses, maybe a face mask, and you need to read a little bit on this label because this stuff, especially the cement, is some serious stuff. Now, you got to scroll down a ways to find the English version. I'm going to have to go to some more serious magnification. I can't read this. Okay, let's backtrack. Keep out of reach of children. If medical advice is needed, have product container or label at hand or MSDS sheet. Keep away from heat, hot surfaces, sparks, open flames, and other ignition sources. No smoking. Do not breathe vapors. Wear protective gloves, protective clothing, and protective eye or face protection. If on skin or hair, take off immediately all contaminated clothing. Rinse skin with water or shower. If in eyes, rinse cautiously with water for several minutes. Remove contact lenses if present and easy to do. Continue water or shower. If in eyes, rinse continuously with water for several minutes. Remove contact lenses. Continue rinsing. Call Poison Control Center or doctor if you feel unwell. Avoid release to the environment. Dispose of contents in a container or waste treatment facility in accordance with local and national regulations. Repeated exposure may cause skin dryness or cracking, yada, yada, yada. Now, I'm not going to go into all of the different chemicals, but there's a number of things here that I can't pronounce. If I can't pronounce them, they're probably not good for you. So let's continue. No, cat, leave that alone. Now, come on, quit. Well, there's no instructions on here that have anything to do with getting this stuff out of the tube. So I'm just kind of improvising here and just trying to squeeze it out and get a hold of it and pull, because you obviously don't need this whole thing. But what you do need is equal parts of A and B, and you're going to need them together just like you would JB Weld. And then you're going to smear it in and through the hole and push and pack and try to get it as uniform as possible. Now this is obviously the rubber side, and I might be best just to split this cellophane and then worry about how I'm going to reseal the rest of it later, because this is a sticky mess. Nope, we got some of the cellophane with it, and I don't think we want that in our repair. That's probably a big enough ball for this one. And let's try to get nearly equal of rubber compound B. Just a little bit more. Okay, those appear to be nearly equal. So now we're going to take them, we're going to get them off of the lid. And we're just going to start kneading them together until it is uniform in color all the way through. So you're going to be stretching. Now they say the trick of this is when it stops sticking to your skin, in which case I am not using my fingers, I'm using rubber gloves, but they say that when it's thoroughly mixed, all of this goo will stop sticking, and at that point it's ready to apply. And obviously the size and the weight of this goober, this tire will never balance again, but at least it will be available for spare tire use. And they say you want all of these stripes out, that it needs to be uniform in color all the way through, just like any two-part epoxy. It's not fully mixed yet, it's getting there. It is getting to where it's less sticky on the gloves. We're getting close. And it does take quite a little bit of time kneading this to get it to a uniform color with no stripes of white in it, or light brown, or whatever you want to call it. And that looks pretty good. Okay, we're going to take this and we're going to tear it in half, approximately half. It doesn't have to be exact. And we're going to take the small ball, we're going to go to the outside. We're going to go to the big ball, and we're going to put it on the inside. We're going to kind of smooth out past some of those places where I got a little stupid with the grinder. And we're going to work this in. We're going to kind of do a little something here with it to try to kind of even out my knobby. Then we're going to the inside. I've probably got more than what I need, but it's hard to guesstimate. Now, this stuff absolutely does not want to seem to stick any place where there is no primer / cement. So I would say that you probably want to go a little big with your cement and primer. And this stuff is already starting to set up. So I'm going to try to reach through here. I'm going to try to get on both sides of this and make sure that it is kneaded together inside the hole in the tire. I want to push on that side and make sure it's puffing through to this side and vice versa. And now we wait. So the cure time on this is supposed to be 24 hours before it's safe to put back on the rim and put air in it. At that point, it's not completely cured. Yesterday, at 24 hours, I got the tire back on the rim, shot enough air into it to snap it onto the bead, and then the weather was so crappy and so icky that I bailed out on it and left it set for another half a day. So 36 hours later, it's aired up, it's holding 35 psi, it's actually sitting in the sun. Air pressure is increasing because of the increase in ambient air temperature. But here's what the patch looks like when it's complete. See if I can step Okay. Is it quite as hard as the rubber compound initially? No. Is it holding air? Absolutely. Will it work to get you off the trail? Believe it will. Okay, since I aired this up, our air pressure has actually gone up 1 full pound because it's sitting in the sun and the temperature is getting warmer. And it is not leaking. Let me grab a little soapy water and let's just take a look for sure. Okay, here's our patch. Okay, I don't know about you, but I am seeing a very, very small leak. Sure enough, right there.
Moose is in here.
Okay, you got him?
Yes.
Okay, so it turns out that the patch did not completely cover all of the damage. As very small damage, it would have been very, very hard to see, but we still have a pinhole. And at this point, this is a spare. I'm not above using some slime, so we're going to put some slime in here, and we're going to rotate the tire when it goes on the Jeep to where the valve stem is straight up, the leak is straight down, and we're just going to let slime do its course. And, you know, if we don't have enough slime, I'll put some more slime in it until it covers the hole. But, hey, at least it'll be usable for a spare. What I'm using to remove the valve stem is my ARB tire deflator. Screw the primary on. Unscrew the valve stem up into the tube, the Schrader valve. And we're just going to let it run. Take the Schrader valve out, put it in a safe spot. Now you don't want to squeeze this too hard because it will blow up and you'll be slimed. Put a little in, displace it. Put a little more in. Now how much are we going to put in? We're going to put in the whole bottle. Tire repair guys absolutely despise this stuff. But I do know that it works on tread punctures. Now this puncture is right on the edge of the tread. So we may have to tip the tire at a bit of an angle to get it to where it seals after we get air pressure in it. We'll let gravity do its thing and get the slime down to the level of the hole. And this is a 24-ounce bottle. A 32 ounce is supposed to be enough for a utility tractor tire, not a lawnmower, a utility tractor. Being like a Kubota or a John Deere that actually has tractor tires.
I'm sorry, I got too stoked to do this. Do I need to get out of the way?
No. You do not need to be out of the way. All I'm doing is I'm going to tip this tire up. I'm going to rock walk it back. And I'm going to lean it against the wall at an angle. And we're going to let the slime run down into the slow leak.
Hey.
So the tire patch wasn't a complete success, as we still had one pinhole, call it operator malfunction. Apparently I didn't grind out quite enough material and we missed a pinhole. It was bubbling just a little bit from beside the patch. Now, could I have torn it apart and ground it all out and redone it? Yes, I could. Was I going to? Absolutely not. We put slime in it and we rotated the patch to where it was at the bottom of the tire and let the slime do its business. And let's put some soap on here and let's just see. And we have no more new bubbles forming. .45 psi. It's been holding this for 24 hours. And the hardness of this, the longer it sets, the harder it's getting. And right now, it comes pretty close to the same hardness as the rubber compound in the Mickey Thompsons. And there again, no new bubbles forming. Do I call this a win? Well, sorta. If the damage had been completely ground out, this would be a total win. Is this repair cheap? No, it is not. The rim tip-top kit is like $162 through Amazon. Then I wound up with another $18 in a bottle of slime. Is the slime going to work? Yes, absolutely. We've got the plug at the bottom of the spare tire so that the slime is sitting on it. And hey, slime does actually work. It'll plug a hole up to 1/4 inch in diameter. I've seen this proven with a tire by drilling holes in it. And in the tread surface, it has patched up to a 1/4 inch hole. Slime is not a bad product. Tire guys hate it because they have to deal with cleaning the rim out and cleaning the tire out and stuff like that if they ever have to make a permanent patch. Or if they're just changing tires and have to deal with that crap all over the inside of the rim. But, this is now a spare tire. We will not be actively running this on the street except in case of an emergency. Would I trust it on the trail? Absolutely. This stuff, they patch big tires on multi-million-dollar earth-moving equipment, haul trucks, scrapers, things of that nature. I've seen this stuff used to patch tires that are 18 feet tall and cost $30,000 a piece. This is a good product. It actually does work. Can you trust it? Yes. Do you need to take your time doing it? Yes. Do you need to follow the instructions? Well, you're going to have to go to their website and look at their YouTube videos for instructions, because there are no instructions with the kit, period. Typically, they train people to do this. They don't count on the average Joe buying this and using it to repair tires. But it's a great product from what I've seen so far. Would I use it again? Yes. $162 worth of product gives you enough product to patch 10, maybe 12 sidewall repairs, depending on the size of the tear. As long as it's stored in accordance with the storage, not allowed to freeze, not stored in temperatures exceeding 90 degrees, in sealed separate containers. That's the key, sealed separate containers. If you put this stuff in the same containers, it will cure inside the sausage tubes. Hope this information's been helpful. And man, hope to see you out on the trail. Jeep, just empty every pocket.